Hello everyone, Christmas week. Welcome to Pros and Cons of We're kicking off Monday with Bully Boy's singles pick of the original Rock. Some say it was Oli, but I think it's Don Muraco.
Yeah, I don't know. I always thought it was Don Muraco, but I've heard arguments as Ollie, so I don't know who came first. Like who?
It's also magnificent.
Eh?
Magnificent Muraco. Yeah, fantastic. I really enjoyed these.
Yeah, very good.
Okay, Don Muraco was born September the 10th, 1949, he's 71. Debuted in 70 and wrestled in 95 and promoted from in Hawaii. He was a Hawaiian amateur wrestler and wrestled in his early days in Vancouver, Portland, Florida, LA, AWA, Texas, Georgia. Not many places he hasn't fucking been, is it? WWF 81 to 84, where he was Intercontinental Champion, managed by Captain Lee. And then 85 to 88, which was from, more the era that I remember, because that was kind of like the time that I was watching more. But during that period,
Can you hear me very well? Because your voice is like all distorted. I don't know if it's like your end.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me fine?
Yeah.
I don't know. It feels like you're driving with the windows open.
Is that? Can you hear me though?
I can hear you. Yeah. It's just like a fucking, like like.
I'll shut the windows in the car and we'll try again.
Yeah.
So 85 to 88 in WWF was the main one that I remember, where he tagged with Orton.
Yeah.
During that run, though, he had 3 consecutive MSG sellouts against Hogan. That's pretty impressive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Feuded with Ricky Steamboat as well. Fuji managed him. And then he was a face 87 to 88. That's where he kind of became The Rock. After the WWF, he did Stampede. He did a title match with Larry Zbyszko in the AWA. WCW for Slamboree in 93. 92 and 93 in ECW and bits in Japan. So there's literally nowhere this man hasn't been. Vancouver, Portland, Florida, LA, AWA, Texas, Georgia. Like, that's just the fucking ones that were listed. I'm sure there's others that aren't. He was Florida champion, ECW champion, New Zealand champion, Intercontinental champion. He's a Hall of Famer of 2004. King of the Ring in 85. He was rated as the best heel in 1981. Stampede North American champion. Fuck me, there's literally nothing this man hasn't done. And some bouting matches. What was your first, mate?
Right, my first. Hang on. The first one was from 82 Mid-Atlantic. There's kind of a funny story because what happened was I tried to put them in order, and they have ended up being in order. But what it was, I watched this one from like 82, and then I went because I thought this was the first one, and it ended up being the first. But my second match was going to be one from 1980, you see. But I thought this one was before it because it's from Mid-Atlantic, you see. However, when I got to my second match, it was against fucking SD Jones, right? So anyway, I'm just like skipping forward a bit. So I started watching this fucking SD Jones match after this first match. And it's about like 6 minutes long. So I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fucking watch this one. It's probably a bit of a squash-ish. It's not very long. So there's a big promo at the start, probably fucking Don Muraco talking for 3-4 minutes, right? Bear in mind, this is after my first match. And I'm like, fucking hell, this is going to be a short match. Then Morocco's like, yeah, I'm not wrestling you tonight. Just walks off. So there ain't no fucking Don. So fucking SD Jones ends up wrestling some job guy and beating him in about a minute or something. But I literally wasted 6 minutes of my fucking second match to wait for this SD Jones match that never came on. But that match would have been earlier than this one. But it ended up being in order because I had to find another match after fucking that one didn't happen. So yeah, so they are in order. So yeah, this one's from '82, Mid Atlantic, and it's against Jack Briscoe.
Okay.
So yeah,
that kind of my first one. Briscoe is involved in, so it must all kind of run together.
right, okay.
He's not wrestling in it, but he's involved in it.
Is that from the same time then? About '82.
Yeah, Florida in '80. This is.
All right, okay. This what?
Mine's 1980. It says. Well, that's what it said at least.
Right, okay.
Anyway, what you got?
So anyway, yeah. So obviously, fucking Morocco's the heel, obviously. So this was a fucking brilliant match. Though this was. I haven't really seen a lot of Jack Briscoe either. To be fair, I've seen here and there, but not like a whole bunch. So Morocco takes the head. Fucking, he gets shot off straight away. Fucking Morocco comes back, takes a punch to the gut, does like the old flip, from like the kitchen sink thing. Literally, first thing he takes is a punch to the stomach. Boom. Fucking feeds up, snapmare by fucking Jack Briscoe, knee to the fucking Elgin, fucking 2 count. Then they play the whole arm drag thing. So basically, arm drag by Briscoe, got the arm bar on, fucking literally they work the arm damn near the whole match. They keep going back to that arm bar. So done the arm drag, got the arm bar on. Rocco gives him a little knee to the fucking gut and then a knee lift. And then all of a sudden, after the knee lift, I think they run like a little spot, comes back and Briscoe gives him a big slam, goes back to the arm drag and then the arm bar again. I think there's like you were saying earlier, like there was a bit with Jack involved. Because here, Jack's got a fucking like a bandage on his knee and they keep going back. They keep explaining like an injury. I don't know if he'd injured it at the hands of Morocco or whatever. But during this match, after the like first arm drag spots, he gives him like a kick to the knee to like, get in control. So it's like an angle that they're working. Kick to the injured knee by Morocco. Morocco's on top, then he whips him into the corner, but he switches it, comes back. Briscoe gives him a back body drop, hits the arm drag, and then the arm bar again. Loads of arm work by Briscoe. Some really great spots. There's a bit which I thought was pretty cool. So Briscoe's got him by like a wrist lock. Morocco forces him to the ropes. Goes to whip Briscoe, but Briscoe holds on to the wrist, and Morocco ends up taking like a fucking flying front bump. You know what I mean? As he's still got the fucking wrist on. He does that a couple of times. So it's like, when someone's got you in an armbar and you force them to the ropes, and then you go to whip them off the rope. It's the same situation, but it's just from a wrist lock. So he's like...
Does he sort of ping round while he's doing it, or does he just straight bump forward?
He literally just goes... So basically... he's got Morocco by the wrist, and then he forces him. Morocco forces Briscoe to the ropes, so Briscoe's back's on the ropes. Morocco goes to whip Briscoe, but he switches the whip, but instead of whipping Morocco, he just keeps the wrist. So Morocco gets reversed and then just goes flying like front ways. Cool. You know what I mean? But yeah, it looks really neat. They do that a couple of times. But yeah, it looks really, really really crisp as well. Then the next bit, where are we? So more arm work by Briscoe. There's a fucking... I don't know if they got a bit complacent or a bit over fucking confident with these arm drags, but fucking Morocco ends up fucking landing right on his noggin. So what happens was he's got him in I think he's got him in a hammerlock. Briscoe's got a hammerlock on or something like that, or an armbar or whatever. They're standing at this point. So Morocco throws a fucking elbow back to hit him in the Swede. Nails Briscoe in the head. Fucking Morocco hits the ropes. Briscoe sleeps, then does an arm drag, but I don't know who was at fault. I don't know what the fuck went, but Morocco just didn't take it the way he'd taken everything else. And he literally just went up and torpedoed right on his dome, like right over him. Like he ended up fucking keeping hold of the arm after it, but I don't know how Morocco like escaped like unhurt. Like it might have been his big fucking thick neck like saved him because it looked horrible. Like watching it, like I winced.
To a normal man, it would have been a back break. But
yeah,
when you've got a neck the same as people's fucking waist.
Yeah, a normal man might not be here to fucking tell the tale, to be fair, if it was him. But yeah, Morocco, it didn't even look like it phased Morocco. Like, really, he was on the ground and they just went back to the arm. But fuck me, it hurt. It hurt me watching it. But yeah, so, well, yeah, so we've done that. More arm work, hammerlock on the floor by Briscoe. They work their way up and Morocco, like, starts. I think he's in some. It might be the hammerlock, but he's in an arm bar of some kind. But they're both getting their way up. But as Morocco's in it, he's like bent over, like headbutting the knee of Briscoe, like his bad knee, which looks pretty cool to be fair, and a little bit different from what you'd usually do.
Like a desperate escape when you've got somebody that's so hurt. Yeah, storytelling as well, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, headbutt in the knee, and then he just works on the knee now. He does the wrapping the leg around the ring post spot as well. They doing leg work now. So it was all like Briscoe on the arm earlier. Now it's Morocco on the knee. Figure 4 by Morocco. Fucking Briscoe turns it over, and then fucking Roddy Piper, who came down halfway through to start commentating, like halfway through the match, fucking runs off the top rope, nails Briscoe as he's got him in it, throws the referee down, fucking grabs the chair. This is Piper doing all this shit. Goes to nail fucking Briscoe, moves, nails the ring post with the chair. Fucking. And then Paul Jones and Jimmy Valiant run down to make the save. And it's a DQ. So Morocco ends up getting DQ'd because of the interference and stuff. But it was a very good match. Take away the fucking like tombstone arm drag spot. But like fucking
tombstone arm drag. Yeah.
But no, it was good. Very, very good match. Very good.
Wicked. My first one's from Florida. It said 1980, but it might be different knowing that there was the Briscoe Morocco sort of feud going on. It's solely it's a bit of a squash, and it's solely to get Don Muraco over. But that's perfectly fine by me, and I think it should still be done now. But it's Muraco against a very young Barry Windham. A very slim, very pale, very pasty. He looks like Rodney from Only Fools and Horses. Does Barry Windham at this point? Fucking Don jumps him right from the start and just fucking abuses him all the way through. Like Barry don't get a thing in, not a lick. It's like a proper rough looking fucking duffing up. There's stuff outside the ring, and then Barry comes back and he's bleeding. Barry's selling like he's dead. He's not the best seller at this point. Like Barry Windham became one of the greatest ever, I think. But at this point, very new. His selling was very down. Not really fucking showing out. But that's me being picky on it. Pale as snow, Barry Windham. He's bleeding. Don Muraco kind of finished him off with that Adriatic spike thing, like a thumb to the throat. And, that was on for a while, and the ref calls it all off in the end because Barry is unable to continue. Then Briscoe is in the ring to help Barry, who's unconscious at this point. Gordon Soley, the commentator, who I'd put above any other commentator in the world ever, was fucking amazing here because he's putting Don Muraco over like an absolute beast, like they clearly want him to be. He's calling for help for Barry Windham. He's asking for a stretcher. He's telling people to stay clear of the ring. He needs space and blah blah blah. He's doing such a good job of making it for this is as legit as it could ever possibly look. You know what I mean? Really fucking good stuff. Loads of faces. Excuse me. Loads of faces are in the ring. Old Don Muraco's gloating in the ring on how fucking, what a great job he's done. Yeah, great job of getting Don Muraco over, and everybody did a great job of getting Don Muraco. Barry and Briscoe made the save, and the commentator Gordon Stoley. It's just fucking brilliant. People say that you can't tell a story in a short amount of time, and that might be the case. But with a match of this nature, 3 minutes is all you need, isn't it? If it goes on too long, and the sympathy for Barry Windham becomes, he's got no fucking hope, then it's too much in it. But it was perfect for what it needed. Brilliant, really good.
Cool. Right. Yeah, I fucked up earlier because they're not actually in order. But what I'm going to do is I'll go through them in order. So my second match was actually from '86, but I'll go to the next one. So that one was from '82. The next one in order will be right. My next one will be from where the fuck are we? 84. So it's the one I watched third, but it's second in order. So I'll watch it now. Now this one, I kind of fucked up on because what happened was I didn't have much fucking luck with some of these. So this one, I can't find a part two, and it's like 15 minutes long. So I thought it was like one match, and then when it got to the end, I thought I'm not fucking I couldn't find a part two, and I thought I'm not looking for another match, and it was so fucking good. I wanted to, so it's technically effectively half a match.
Just imagine the finish in your head.
Yeah, wow, it was so good. In fact, you'd have probably seen this one because it was the IC title match against Tito Santana, and I think it was the same night Hogan won the title from Sheik.
Okay,
because
so that was 83.
Was 83?
83 was when Hogan won the title. Yeah, December at some point. 83.
Oh, this might have just been after it then, because this says January 84, so it was literally thereabouts. But it's just what they was. Was it fucking televised when it should have been then, or did he if he won it in December, was it not televised in January, or that's what they're on about? I don't know.
I don't even know whether it would have been televised or whether it would have just been the MSG network thing.
Oh, I don't know, because this is from MSG, and it just said, and they definitely said later on tonight, like title match with fucking Sheik and Hogan. So I don't know.
Would have been a rematch, Jobby.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Because that would have been the month after, so your statutory rematch that clause gimmick going on.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So this was literally.
I'll look into it though, because you made me fucking doubt myself now. But I'm sure it was December '83.
Yeah. So this was a fucking brilliant match. Well, brilliant half a match. Fucking Don Muraco looks really different here as well. He's got like a fucking beard and everything. He looks like not like what you used to seeing. So and he's got Lou Albano with him as well. So they do a lot of strong tie-ups at the start, and then like breaks. They do a strong tie-up, then another strong tie-up, then another one. Like on the third or fourth one, they're going all the way around the fucking ropes and stuff, and they finally break. And then finally on the fifth one, Tito grabs his fucking noggin. Yeah, that's what they've done. See, I fucking love this because like literally after the fucking fifth tie-up, they literally tied up 5 times. And after the fifth one, Tito finally grabs the head. He works it, and then fucking Muraco like tries to fight back, but Tito like nails him and then gives him a headlock takedown. So effectively, the first part of the match, even though it went on for a while, was the headlock takedown. And the way they work it as well is almost as if like Tito's the heel because it's Morocco constantly trying to get out of the hole. Do you know what I mean? So it's like trying to fight back, but it works so well. Like, I guess it's a bit like Steamboat when he would do all that arm shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like for like fucking 15 minutes of the match against Savage or against fucking Rude.
It just goes to show that it's not what you do, it's when you do it, and
Yeah.
it's more timing than anything else, isn't it?
And that this is like a perfect example of him just fucking working the one hold. And so he puts the headlock takedown on him, and he works it for fucking ages and ages and ages. Morocco tries to fight back, and then fucking, I think, yeah. So he's got him in the headlock. They get up. Morocco tries to fight back, and then Tito fucking just rams his face right into the mat, almost like a quite a heelish kind of move. Bam. Morocco feeds round, headlock takedown again. And he works it, like I say, for so long. He just keeps working the headlock on the floor. And then he's on the floor. He actually releases the headlock on the floor and jumps up and gives him a big knee, gets the 2 count, 1, 2. And then as soon as Morocco kicks out from the 2, fucking Tito just puts the headlock back on there and then. So it's like he's thinking, he ain't fucking giving in or anything, but I'll see if this will fucking do anything. So he gets a 2 count, and, boom, back to the head. Fucking, yeah, great. Yeah, there's a fucking really good. See, this is like a prime example of a great worker as well. So they're up on the they're up standing, headlock on him still. Fucking work that headlock for fucking ages. Now Morocco's in it, and Morocco's like fucking just trying everything. Like his hand is fucking grabbing fucking Tito's like knee pad. He's grabbing his fucking leg, his ankle. He's still in the headlock, but he's literally fucking trying to grab everything to get out. And it's like he's not just there fucking all like limp and that. Like, you know what I mean? He's literally fucking grabbing his knee. Tito's fucking pulling his leg back and he's trying to fucking. It just looked like legit, It looked like he fucking didn't want to be in that headlock. Like, he probably didn't. He'd been in the fucking 10 minutes, to be fair. But,
That's working, isn't it?
but it was fucking brilliant. Like, it really, really was.
Things like the difference between a worker and a wrestler.
Yeah.
It is things like that, little things like that. That neither of them are in pain or sweating or blown up. They're just there holding on a headlock, but because they're working it so well, that's all they need to do, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, fucking. Yeah, and literally from the headlock as well. Like, he's got him in the headlock. So, and then all of a sudden, Morocco fucking lifts him up and like hits him with a backbreaker out the headlock. You know what I mean? And that's fucking, you think that's going to start the heat on Tito. And then all of a sudden, they're kind of like separated at this point after the backbreaker. Fucking Morocco, I've put leg sweep by Tito. I think it might just be the fucking with his hands, as he takes the back bump thing. I think he sweeps Morocco's legs. Then Morocco's fucking near the ropes, holding onto the rope. Tito like pulls him up in the air, you know what I mean? For that fucking, just for like a giant back bump thing. So it's all Tito still. And then fucking Morocco feeds up from that big bump. Headlock takedown again. Bow! Fucking
Shove it.
Fucking, oh, it was brilliant. Fucking brilliant. And then headlock takedown again. Really working on it. Morocco just keeps trying to get out. It's all Tito. I've put fantastic, and then I've put part 2 ? Because that's where we got to. But yeah, it was fucking. Oh, it was so good. Like, really, really fucking. I really wanted to watch part 2. I didn't have a long look for it, but this title doesn't say part 1, so I'd assume. I don't know, but no, it was fucking brilliant. I really want to watch the rest of it.
Mine was Intercontinental title as well.
All right.
Pedro Morales, the champion, versus Don Muraco, the challenger. 82 MSG. Brilliant, this. Captain Lou with Don Muraco. Vince and Gorilla commentating. a slow sort of cagey start. You know, Don Muraco's mouthing off at the crowd a bit, and Pedro Morales looks as fucking ready as he's ever been, like just fucking waiting and, you know, pacing up and down. But like a proper sort of feel you out, sort of cautious kind of start. It felt like, you know, that big time boxing kind of feel, you know, like it was for a big championship and no one wanted to make a mistake. That kind of, you know, that kind of feel. Long Morocco, you know, that sort of took them all over the ring. Don Muraco tries an elbow, but Morales somehow puts the sleeper on, and then there's sort of legs. It sort of moves exchanged, to which Morales gets the better of him, and out goes Muraco for a bit of a powder and a walk round. Back in we come, Amalok from Pedro. Don pulls the referee in and then does the back kick low blow kind of gimmick.
Oh, yeah.
Don Muraco with a big fuck off backbreaker to the ribs, like sort of, yeah, like lifts him up but turns him sideways and ends up on the rib. And then it's all fucking attack from Don Muraco there. Nice neck breaker, like swinging one. Fucking great. A simple thing, right? But it looked really fucking like oosh. It made you go, you know. It was just an elbow to the neck, like with Pedro on his arse, like set up. And you think, fucking hell. Suplex throws fucking Pedro out. Then there's a slam into the rail when there's all sorts of stuff going on there. Don suplexes him in from the apron, and then there's like 5 different 2 counts at that point. You know, he keeps trying to get the pin. Pedro fires up. The place fucking explodes at that point, like because he was fucking over as fuck. Drop kick from Don, which was quite unexpected, and then sends the drop kick sends Pedro out the ring again. Don's fucking relentless at this point. He's all over Pedro. Like that firing up clearly pissed Don off, and he's like, I ain't having that no more. He's on him. You know what I mean? Pedro grabs a chair. The referee stops him. Pedro fucking pokes him in the eyes to cut Don off, and then there's a big fire up. Then now Pedro's getting even for all the shit that he's had to take outside the ring and fucking all sorts of stuff. He's throwing him into the rails. Pedro's throwing Don into the rails and the steps and fucking all sorts of shit outside the ring. Don gets run into. Don's on the apron. Pedro's in the ring, and Pedro runs him into the turnbuckle outside the ring on the apron. And he sort of, you know, like it's the buckly part, not the end, but the and he sort of bounces himself up, so he's like laying on the top ropes. Then Don is. Then big backdrop by Pedro. Pedro's fucking hot as fuck now. He's killing everyone. He don't care, you know. He don't care what's going on. The finish. Pedro throws a punch at Muraco in the corner, but the referee just fucking catches it. But the ref kind of no-sells it, and then Don Muraco just kicks the referee blatantly, which sends the referee down for like 5 seconds. Then he gets up and no-sells it. The bell's gone. It's a double disqualification, and then the fight sort of continues, all leading to clearly a return next month or next week or however often they did back then. But you know, it all spills outside the ring, and the fight carries on. But yeah, bouting, a proper sort of big time wrestling feel to it, because, well, it's for the second biggest championship of all of wrestling, really, isn't it? So it should be. Yeah, it was great. Really enjoyed that. 14 minutes 27 seconds. The match time was announced at the end of the match, and really good. There was no wasted motion in any of it. Fucking bouting. Love that.
Awesome. All right, well, my next one's a little bit different. So my next one's from the 26th of July, 86. It's against JYD, but it's a dog collar match.
Right.
So I thought this might be a little bit fucking dull, to be honest, but it was actually fucking pretty good. It wasn't that long, like maybe fucking 10, 12 minutes, but that was like with fucking intros and everything. So it wasn't a very long match. So It's pretty. I like the start of it actually. So Morocco's doing a promo, and fucking how good was his promos? He was fucking brilliant,
Oh,
wasn't he? Oh, fucking phenomenal. So Morocco's doing a promo, just talking shit as he does, and fucking he's with Mr. Fuji. Morocco, Morocco tries fucking like Morocco's stalling. Fuji tries to fucking attack JYD with a cane. JYD like blocks it, fucking knocks Fuji over. Fucking Morocco tries to nail him, but then JYD gets the upper hand on Morocco because at the start of the match, Morocco wasn't wanting to put the fucking collar on. That was what he was stalling about. So then when JYD gets the upper hand on him at the start, he ends up putting the collar on for him. You know what I mean? Which was which was quite a cool little spot. He gives him some buckles, fucking all round the ring, boom, 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 ramming his head everywhere. I'm trying to. Oh yeah, so early on in the match, after he's given the buckles, there's a point. Morocco's like fucking, sparkoed. He's just been buckled all around the ring. So now, if you can imagine, Morocco's in the ring now, fucked up, like leaning against the rope. So he's like, leaning against the top rope as JYD goes out the ring and fucking like pulls the chain. So he's literally like fucking strangling it. You know what I mean? As
hanging, sort of, yeah.
Yeah. So he's doing that. And then he finally gets back in because I think he's about to fucking kill him if he doesn't fucking let go, to be fair. And then he's JYD's like on him, fucking beating the fuck out of him. And then all of a sudden a low blow by Morocco. That's basically the cut off to start Morocco, giving him some heat. And then at some point, it's hard to see, but it looks like the chains come away from JYD. Don't look like the chains on him anymore. And Morocco's just attacking him with a chain, like nailing him here and there and stuff. Then he's choking him with a chain. JYD trying to fight back. Finally hits a fucking low blow of his own, like payback from earlier. Then there's a bit of a trade-off with some punches. This is like the finish coming up now. There's like a trade-off. JYD hits the ropes. Fuji trips him. JYD takes a bump. And then Morocco goes to the top rope. This is a fucking beautiful finish, though, for a chain match. So JYD's fucking like sparkoed on the floor after Fuji's tripped. Then Morocco goes to the top with like a fucking flying whatever he's going to do. But as he's coming down, JYD just like lifts the chain up and he ends up fucking catching it on his throat as Morocco's landing. And then
so like clotheslines himself.
Yeah. And that's the finish of him. Right across the throat. 1, 2, 3. It was fun and it was exciting. Like it wasn't very long. Because I think sometimes chain matches and stuff can go on for a bit and
Yeah, there's only so much you can do, isn't there?
Yeah. But this was nice and short and it kept the excitement was there. The fans were loving it. It was you couldn't knock it, to be honest. It was a lot of fun.
Gosh. October 1990 now.
All right.
Herb from QWF versus Cactus Jack.
All right.
Bill Anderson is the ring announcer, who is quite literally seen on every fucking promotion that ever has been. It's either enhancement or fucking referee, some man in a mask, ring announcer. He's done fucking everything. Craig DeGeorge and Bruno are on the commentary. And Jesse Hernandez, who is another man that's fucking everywhere refereeing. This is like babyface Don Muraco. So, in the tie-dye shirt and, he's the Rock here, So there's a headlock by Cactus Jack straight up. Lock up, headlock by Jack. There's a couple of tackles. Nobody goes anywhere. Both big men, aren't they?
Yeah.
Then Cactus says, "You try one." Off goes Don. He ducks a line attempt, comes back with one of his own. Pop. Cactus Jack's out the ring then. See you later. Cactus Jack's going a bit ape shit outside the ring. He picks up a chair and he starts fucking headbutting it. And Bruno's like, "That's not very wise." During the commentary, that's not very wise. Brilliant. Back in the ring now, Cactus with a kick to sort of cut Don off. He attacks him somehow off the top rope with some kind of dive thing that wasn't very pretty, but it did the job, didn't it? Nothing Cactus did was pretty, but it didn't have to be, did it? There's a 2 count at that point. The big kick out from Muraco that sort of sent Cactus out the ring, kind of put the strength over of Muraco. Like, back in the ring comes Cactus. Muraco's on his arm. Cactus Jack looks legit mad though. Like he's selling the fucking arm bars and the hammerlocks and the like. But he's selling, but he's talking to himself at the same time. It's 1990. He hasn't quite reached the big time yet, has he? He's done the little bits in the NWA, WCW. When he wrestled Mil Mascaras at Clash of the Champions or whatever. That was '89, when I think. But he hadn't reached the big time yet. But you could watch it, think, yeah, that'll be pretty over in the WWF. He's talking to himself while he's selling it. There's like a nice little spot where people are running all sorts of directions. So it kind of got a little bit lost, but it all made sense once it all tied together. There was like one got buckled, then there was a boot, and then someone ran the other way, and then there was another boot, and it was really pretty, as pretty as Don Muraco and Cactus Jack could be, because Cactus Jack's fucking ugly cunt, isn't he? Right, this pissed me off, and considering this is 1990, the crowd were chanting "boring," and I don't understand how this was boring, because there's nothing boring about it in any way. And in 1990, who the fuck let them in the building? I don't get it. Fucking, well, in 1990, were they smart fans?
Fucking
now is smart fans. They're fucking. They're not, are they? Let's be fair. Any old road up. Don Muraco ducks. Cactus sort of just doing a crossbody. Out the ring again goes Cactus. Don Muraco follows him out. There's a big brawl outside the ring. Don Muraco tombstones him on the floor. Cactus isn't there long. He fucking soon. He was all right then. Cactus is split open somehow. I'm guessing a bit of a juice job off the tombstone. Cactus with some sort of... Cactus gets thrown to the rope back inside the ring. And he does that thing where he goes between the middle and the top and sort of gets his head caught. So I really like that. It looks fucking brutal. You can see how he lost his ear roll in them wire ropes, though.
Yeah.
WCW ropes that are wire. I don't know whether these were like rope or what, but fucking hell. Johnny Kidd's good at that. That sort of middle rope, fucking out you go. That's often a finish of a Johnny Kidd's match. Long and short of it, he does that and then gets counted out. But yeah, I'm like, how some cunt could say that was boring? It's fucking beyond me. It was very enjoyable. I really like UWF, Herb Abrams UWF. It gets shit on, and but it's just my cup of tea,
Yeah, but why does it get shit on though? Is it like just management mismanaged?
Yeah, I guess. Does it get shit on because of him, or is it people watching it now that are shitting on it?
I don't know, because I've not watched enough of it to.
I don't know. I don't know, because I didn't know about it then, and we wouldn't have got it over here anyway, so it would have been hard to see. But I used to see it on the back of the magazines when that Beach Brawl pay-per-view was on. They had like back page advert on Pro Wrestling Illustrated magazine, and I'd looked at it, and go, I don't know what the fucking UWF was, but that was kind of the only, and there was bits and bobs in the Apta magazines and that, but not really a great deal of news about it. But I enjoy it, mate. Love it. You got one more?
Yeah, one more. This one is the latest one I got, and it's from Prime Time in 1988. he's a face now against Iron Mike Sharp.
Beautiful. Two
So,
beauties.
yeah, this was this was all right from what I remember. It wasn't a long one. This was the shortest one of the lot, maybe 5 minutes or so. We'll go to start off with fucking Iron Mike takes him down with like a single leg takedown. Muraco kicks him off, like, you know, like he's on his back, kicks him off. Fucking Sharp comes up, fucking two arm drags by Muraco, and then Sharp's like, fuck that, powders out, you know. Had enough of that for the start. Fucking comes back in, just goes straight for Muraco, like cuts him off like straight away. Boom, boom, boom. Fucking that's the fucker. Muraco fucking blocks the buckle, like ramming his head into the buckle, but Muraco blocks it, gives him loads all fucking round the ring, different corners. Boom, boom, boom. Fucking Mike's in the middle of the ring, fucking staggering, and then Muraco runs at him, gives him a big clothesline. Boom! Mike fucking powders again. Comes back in, headlock takedown by Muraco. Probably one of the slowest headlock takedowns I've ever seen with them two. You can fucking imagine it's, you know, not going to be Savage Steamboat speed, is it? But I mean, so headlock takedown. Where the fuck am I here? Where the fuck is my? Hang on. Oh yeah, here we go. So headlock takedown, and then Muraco catch it. They work their way up. They go into a running spot where where Mike Sharp throws a boot. Muraco catches it, spins him round, atomic drop, boom, and then not long after that, Mike gives him an eye rake, bam, little bit of cut off. After the eye rake, he puts Muraco in a headlock, shoots him off. Fucking Muraco sleeps twice. Boom, boom, and then big slam. Bam. Fucking whips him off the ropes, gives him a big line. Bosh. Fucking picks him up. Tombstone. 1, 2, 3. Bam. Just like that.
It's a big old boy to Tombstone as well, isn't it?
I know.
In 87, what was that, 88? 87, 88. How fucking good did Don Muraco look?
Fucking like incredible, didn't he? Like, he literally looked like
veins on his arms are bigger than my arms.
He looked like the real life Incredible Hulk, didn't he? That's kind of what I fucking, you know, compare him to. That's basically
neck that went up to there, and just fucking. I mean, he's always been in shape. Don't get me wrong, but at that point, fuck me, unbelievable,
oh, yeah. Fucking brilliant, fucking a beast.
My last one. I messaged you after I watched it. Everything that is good about wrestling is in this match.
Yeah.
This to me is fucking wrestling perfection. Probably not everyone's cup of tea, but to me it's fucking dream. From the 26th of February 93 from Australia. It's only camcorder footage, but it's versus Junkyard Dog.
All right.
Mate, you know, like if we had this match and like after the match of these two, I'm sure they just went, yeah, that was sound. You know what I mean? And that would have been it because that was their job and that's a daily basis for them being that good. You know what I mean? Yeah. But fucking, I base everything on the reaction of people, and the reaction of people here was, fuck me, this is good. There's AWF is written around the ring, so I'm guessing it's like Australian Wrestling Federation. Pure assumption. But right from the start, there's JYD chants. Every fucker knows who he is. Fucking red hot crowd, loads of them, and red hot. Big, powerful, long lockup. Junkyard Dog pushes him off. Then there's a test of strength, which the Junkyard Dog wins, brings the hands down, does the stamp on the hand thing. Junkyard Dog with a headlock. and then like oddly, the footage kind of fast forwards itself, like it was on an actual videotape, and whilst they were putting it on YouTube, they fast forwarded that bit. There's, so that kind of the next bit that it stops on is Don Muraco with a toe and ankle hold. No, sorry, step over toe hold.
Right,
and
yeah.
So at some point between the headlock, there's been a cut off. That's the only thing we've missed really in the fast forwarding.
Okay.
So yeah, step over toe holds on. And the crowd are red hot. They're not fucking. They don't have to move. What's the fucking point in moving if you're getting over, right? So JYD selling fucking Don Muraco who's working it, but no sweat, is it? Brilliant. It's so over this match is. Then he swaps it to a toe and ankle hold. JYD, JYD. Everyone's fucking chanting. Everyone. The man with the camcorder or his friend next to him, you could hear him talking, and it's the greatest. The voice, the Australian voice as well, because Don Morocco's like pulling on the ropes or doing a little bit of a cheaty, and and the Australian cameraman's going, "Come on, Riff, give it to him, dog." It's fucking brilliant. Anyway, Dog gets up, fires up, head to the buckle, boing, 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 all over the shop. JYD does a little dance, fucking punches Don punches him back, and there's a bit of an exchange there. And then the 10 minutes gone, and the MC man says 10 minutes gone. Don cuts him off somehow, goes to whip JYD in. JYD reverses it. Don goes in. No, I've got that wrong. Don sends JYD in. Don runs in at him, catches the boot, takes the clothesline, not a boot. So Don goes in the corner, runs in. JYD clotheslines him. Up JYD gets. Bit of a fucking diving headbutt gimmick. Home. Fabulous. There hasn't been a match more over that I've seen outside the main fucking. When we did the Arn Anderson tags?
Yeah.
And I did Greg Valentine and Dusty against Arn and Flair. Was possibly the most over tag match I've ever watched. This is got to be close to being one of the most over singles matches I watched outside the main wrestling promotions. The pops are fucking huge. Never seen anything like it. Like you watch it and you get fucking goosebumps because you think, fucking hell, they must be enjoying this shit. You know what I mean? Like, well, we're pleased, and there's 70 people watching when there's like thousands here.
Yeah, well, you see what you're saying. What you were saying earlier about fucking judging it by like crowd reaction, like I always judge my matches on crowd reaction as well. So like I can go out there and have a match that I think is good, but if the crowd are not really that lively, it kind of puts a down on it a bit, And it's like I remember wrestling somewhere up in the Newcastle area, and it was against an opponent who I'd wrestled numerous times. I trained with him. We knew each other really well. And we had this match. But we had it in a fucking beer garden. It was like a pub, like in a pub in a beer garden. We didn't have a referee. So we had to fucking convince the barmaid to ref. And she'd never watched wrestling before in her life. So she didn't know we had literally 2 minutes to explain the fucking rules. It went it wasn't the greatest experience, but it was such a good match. And in front of a different audience, you know what I mean? We would have fucking been proper buzzing. But it's just the fucking environment that we're in at the time. It was well, there was only 20 people out there watching a fucking inexperienced referee in front of another bigger crowd and a fucking more competent ref. It would, you know what I mean? Same match, but we'd have felt a lot better about it, and it all goes on crowd reaction, really, if you judge it by that, which I usually do. So
this JYD match in Australia is fucking belting. The match itself was the match itself. It was basic. But like I said, it's everything that's good about wrestling. It's if I see a match that is that over, and I could do it, then I'm fucking loving it even more. You know what I mean? Fucking peachy. Long and short of it, Don Muraco is a fucking legend.
He is fucking brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
St. Louis Wednesday. Mr. Fuji tag team and or managing tag teams Thursday this week, isn't it? Because it's Christmas Day Friday.
Yeah.
Next Monday is my singles. I've had 3 that I've kind of narrowed down to, right? And I don't know which one to pick, but I'm gonna have to I'm going Jeff Jarrett.
All right, okay.
Because there's lots of places you can go to.
Yeah,
from young Memphis days to pretty much now. Not long from now, was it?
Yeah, he's been around a long, long time as well. So there's plenty.
And I think there'll be stuff that will almost take us out of our comfort zone to the point, we might be watching him and AJ Styles in fucking Impact, or we might be watching him and Jerry Lawler in. It's so versatile that you're never going to know what you're going to get. It'll go from Razor Ramon to fucking Abyss.
Yeah,
with the same wrestler.
Yeah,
him. That's me choice. Wednesday, we're off to St. Louis. See you then.